right, guys, we got another video, and this one is closing stores as a company falls apart. Let's check this one out.
So they're closing on Monday, right, Alex?
Yeah, that's right there.
I know. What the hell is this?
Gamestop just announced that they were going to be closing down hundreds of stores across the United States, and this is due to many different reasons. However, they did get a CEO, and he's getting some kind of incentive package to, drive the company's value. But let's dive deeper into it and see exactly what is going on. Now, of course, we know the market has changed. We know a lot of gamers, a lot of people within this industry, they have shifted to digital sales, right? So they download the games directly on the console. You no longer have the days where people are just lining up at GameStop.
Yeah, those days are over. And as a gamer, if you can't tell, I've been one all my life. I've grew up with it, and it's one of my favorite pastimes, one of my favorite hobbies that I do. It's sad to see, especially GameStop was a store that I went to all the time. Midnight releases when games came out. I met a lot of cool people there, rubbed elbows with those guys. And I remember way back in the day when it used to be called Funko Land, and now those days are over. But the digital age is upon us, and now we are dealing with that shift. And me personally, I'm a person who enjoys his physical media, so I like my physical games. And, I still hold on to a lot of that. But for a lot of people and a lot of younger gamers, that doesn't really matter to them. They came into a world where it was already digital, and so they're not really holding any kind of love when it comes to physical media. So it's cool with them. So it's just something we all have to accept, I guess. And a lot of us are finding it harder to accept that.
All these video stores just to get some of these video games. So yes, that has impacted a lot of their sales. However, additional reduced demand for physical media, which we just said they have higher operating costs, right? We know that prices and the economy and everything under the sun just went skyrocket. It went through the roof. So yes, they have higher operating costs. Of course, they have to pay their workers more. They're trying to invest in marketing and everything under the sun. Additionally, you have more competition, a strategic review as well. For following a review in 2024, GameStop announced plans to close significant stores in 2024. So I believe last year they just closed almost 600 stores, and now they have announced that they're going to be closing down even more stores in 2025. And when we dive deeper into how many, they just say a significant number.
Guys, it's 400 stores. Okay, 400 more have been down or will be dead. Okay, in the first month of 2026. All right, so we're in 2026 now when you guys see this video, and yeah, 400 more. I'm just trying to figure out how many GameStop stores are there. I know there was a huge boom when at one point there were stores everywhere. I remember where I lived, there was like 3 stores. There was one in the mall, there was one across the street from the mall, there was one down the street, 5 miles down the street. So they were everywhere, and now they're nowhere to be found. I think when the gaming boom happened, they oversaturated the market. And then, of course, what always happens after that, when you had a downturn, they got to cut corners, they got to cut throats. And that's what happened, right? A lot of people lost their jobs, even though GameStop doesn't pay shit. I've talked to many employees, and they're not there for the money. Okay, trust me, they're there for the love of the atmosphere and the games and things of that nature. So unless you're a young kid, with your first job, GameStop is not where you want to be. Anybody who has been fired from GameStop can easily go somewhere else, and I guarantee you they will be making more money. Guarantee it. So that's some straight facts right there.
And I've been going through many different articles to see if I can dig it out to what is the number, but they just said significant numbers. And of course, we know GameStop we know prices are crazy. We know when you go into these stores, they mostly only have Funko Pops and random collectible items. And, you know, they pretty much shifted their strategy from your regular off-the-shelf video games and buying different consoles and all these different, they have shifted this strategy. It's completely different now. I don't, you know, I haven't been in GameStop in years, but the last time I did go in there, I was like, okay, this feels kind of outdated and retro. But, you know, it is impacting a lot of employees. I really feel bad for all the people who are going to be losing their jobs. A lot of people have been working for this company for years on end. So, you know, it is going to impact a lot of different communities. But let's check this video out.
It is officially the end of an era. GameStops, like the one behind me here in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, are closing across the country.
It's a little sad, but you know, everything evolves.
This location has a sign up saying that it's closing on January 8th, although right now it is locked, and inside you can see piles of boxes. Gamers I've been speaking with are saying that these closures are bringing about a sense of nostalgia, helping them reminisce on the times they would come in and wait in lines to get their hands on a game.
Yeah, actually, I did only one time, only for Resident Evil, one time.
The crazy thing is they can't even tell the truth on when they're closing. It says closing soon and they have a close date, but they're already closed. They can't even keep a straight face when it comes to that. Like, GameStop has turned into such a dirty company, guys, sleazy company, if I'm being honest with you. It's sad. And now I'm just kind of like wanting it to just be over with. Go ahead and just bury yourself so I can get over this and just be done with it and not worry about it, and just get my mind set to ordering things from Amazon or eBay or whatever, my local game stores, my you know, movie trading companies and stuff like that. You know, that's just it. Just get it over with. Take them out back and take them out the game. It's over.
So it's really a place for many that they could get a sense of community.
We're all nerds and we're all okay with that, and no one's judging. So yeah, for sure, you come over here and you meet your people.
2 locations in Brooklyn and 1 just over the border in Ridgewood, Queens, all closing this week. Now, if you are still a person who wants to have a physical copy of a game, you can still do that. There are still some GameStop locations open in our area.
Yeah, and this comes after years of just struggle. I'm not going to tie this all down to this year. Yes, this year has been, I'm sure, tougher on the company than any previous years, but we know that a lot of games have been shifting into digital sales. We know that GameStop has been on the downfall for almost a decade now. We know this already. People don't go into GameStop as much as they used to. You don't have the midnight drops where you have the new video games. The hype isn't there anymore. I mean, yeah, you do have it here and there. I'm sure they do little events here and there, but as a whole, it's not that intense anymore as what it used to be. And it just shows the change of the scenery, similar to what we see in shopping malls now, as well as companies like Circuit City and all these other places. I just made a video about Best Buy as well, where you walk into their stores and it's just empty. I just went in there recently and it was empty again. Guys, there are so many stores right now that are dealing with this. And yes, I think some stores are dealing with other different things as well, you know, the economy and all these different things. But what Best Buy, these electronic stores, you know, we've seen it live with companies like Radio Shack and Circuit City. We've seen it live, and I think now we're just seeing the next wave of electronic companies. They're shutting down.
169 GameStops are closing in the month of January. And look, I feel 100% bad for the employees, for the operators of these GameStops that made their living. And personally, I feel like they have been underpaid forever, but I love to see these GameStops closing. The fact that they have been so slimy, especially in the past year, with Pokemon cards especially, it is well deserved. They have done so much slimy stuff over the years, making online casinos, raising prices like 4 different times, taking away pro membership like benefits. It is honestly well deserved for this company.
I said it, man. Just go and put a bullet in his head, take it out back and bury it, and we can be done with it. We can move on and focus on what's next, right? There will be other stores, I'm sure, independent pop-ups and stuff like that. And like I said, Movie Trading Company is a very dope store. They sell video games, they sell new games, old games, retro systems. Like most of my retro games and stuff I buy from there. They sell posters, comic books, DVDs, They sell a lot of cool shit, man. Even collectibles and stuff like that. So I get a lot of my stuff from there. And if they don't have something and I want something, they can order from another store. So I'll go in there and place an order and just have them send it to that store, and they call me when they have it in, and I go pick it up. Sometimes I do that when I don't feel like ordering for whatever reason from eBay or wherever else. So you have options now if you do want to do physical, and you can have it just delivered at your doorstep, and that's a convenience there as well. But some people still miss going into these stores that are made for gamers, and you feel like a community a lot of the time. And that's why a lot of people still like working there, even though they don't pay shit. It's a community type of thing. And that is on, its final days right now.
Yeah, and the list goes on and on. I mean, you talk about pre-owned sales, you talk about just insane prices, and guys, here's the list of so many stores. He said 169. I don't know the specific number. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate or not, but yeah, the list goes on. You got New York, you got Tennessee, you got South Carolina, Ohio. I mean, it just goes on. Connecticut, like I said, it just goes on. And then even here, it says over 4,100 stores and restaurants are closed across the U.S., which they're including GameStop within that article as well. Yes, guys, it varies and depends on the person, but here's a live example of what you're going to see at some of these stores as they begin to shut down.
So my local GameStop is officially closing. I got an email last night saying that the GameStop around the corner is officially closing for good, and apparently they're shutting down hundreds of stores around the country. Now, I've been going there since I was a kid, and it really sucks that it's going away. I had lots of memories coming into the store to buy games, play demos, and just kind of browse around with my friends and family. And pretty recently, the store actually became a retro store, so they took in lots of retro games for trade, and they had a decent amount of stuff, but I think most of the good stuff were already sold away. And it just absolutely sucked seeing it so empty and barren, and it doesn't look like the GameStop I used to go to. I even asked the owner why it was closing, and she doesn't even know.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of the reason why these stores are open is purely due to nostalgia and just collecting. Like, I don't know when the last time I saw these type of, video games. I mean, people don't even buy these anymore. People collect them, yeah, for sure. You can collect these little items right here. It is collectibles all over. And, some of these older games, I mean, people just, they collect them. Some people do play games. I'm not trying to say nobody doesn't play video games. I'm not saying that people don't buy these video games, because I'm sure they do. But in terms of their volume, in terms of their sales, this is a huge reason why they are, no longer in service anymore. And of course, we also know another thing. Prices are insane right now. We know prices are through the roof. We even had a huge announcements from companies like Sony and Nintendo and every single company on the sun that say they're going to raise prices because of tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end it here, guys. It's almost over. I mean, basically, this is a video giving you guys insight in what's been going on with GameStop, and not just GameStop necessarily. This is going on for a lot of companies that, don't have a microscope over them right now, but it's happening everywhere, slowly, secretly, however you want to look at it, it's happening. And it just hit me. I wanted to do a video on it because this is kind of part of my universe or whatever. So I'm heavy into the gaming scene. I play a lot. Me and my son play a lot, and we are gamers, right? He was raised by a gamer. I remember buying his first system when he was 8 years old, and all those type of things. So this one kind of hit hard. I knew it was coming a long time ago. It's almost like having that family member who has Alzheimer's or something, and the end is inevitable and soon, and you're just kind of like just waiting. And that's kind of like how this felt for a long time with GameStop. But nostalgia aside, I have other options, and I'm sure you guys will too, but the transition from that can be hard for a lot of us. But with that being said, that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for watching the content. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I drop content daily on this channel now. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, if you have something you want me to react to, feel free to send it to me, shout me out, and I will be more than happy to oblige. So that being said, guys, I'm out. and I'll see you in the next one.